This one thing changed my perception of life. Not too long ago, I started to understand that life is not hard at all. It's actually quite simple conceptually. You wake up, God willing, you do different things, and you achieve an outcome, right? Sometimes that's a goal, sometimes that is just enough to keep it moving, but you achieve an outcome from the input. So life can be simplified as you get in, you get out what you put in. So this can be effort and energy. This could be spiritual and mental. This could be financial. This can be interpersonal within people and things of that nature. But ultimately, life is very simple. Yet we overcomplicate it time and time again, trying to appease other people and lose sight of the simplicity, you know? All you have to do is wake up and choose you. Take control over your life. Whatever's holding you back, anything that's man made cannot conquer you. Anything that was made by man cannot conquer you. You can conquer it because you are man as well, right? So when you approach life from that perspective, you understand, well, shit, why am I feeling like I can't overcome this when the reality is I could do the same thing? Wow, I have the power to do the same thing means you also have the power to do the opposite. You have the power to choose the way the cards move in your favor. Now, there's this book called Psycho-Cybernetics that I've read a good portion of that I would highly recommend you guys check out. And in addition, it reminded me of this other book I need to read called, what's it called? Reality Transurfing, right? So these are two books that tell you how to leverage the power of your mind to become great. Now, life is simple because if you think abundantly, abundance will follow, right? But the problem we oftentimes have is we don't curate the space to see things abundantly. So today I'm just going to give you a few things you can do to start shifting your gears to a mindset of abundance and thus understanding that life is very simple, right? So this is how you have an abundant mindset. The first step that you need to do is understand yourself, right? That's why everything you see starts with the mind, right? You have to start by unpacking the things that you've been carrying around, the luggage, and understanding how to refold the things so they can fit into this box, but in a different way. In a way that allows you to close the box and move quicker. Lighten the load, leave some things behind, keep the things that are important to move forward. And oftentimes, the only way to discover what that is to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself physically, mentally, and socially. So if you're antisocial, skinny guy with no money, the best thing you could do is start working out, socializing with more people, maybe even getting a job where you have to talk to people at a cashier to warm up. You know, that's what some of my introverted friends did that, and now they're masters at speaking with people, right? And furthermore, you just have to simply get out of your comfort zone. You just have to start working to build yourself slowly, brick by brick. And when you do this, you'll start to see this surge of confidence within yourself becoming reality. And the more you stack this, the easier and the more powerful you become. The easier life gets and the more powerful you become. Now creating what? Good neural networks to build the base and continue to build the base of abundance from. Now, while you're in this phase of life where you're rebuilding your body and stuff like that, you need to be reading. But you don't need to just be reading to read. You need to read to absorb. So sometimes that may look like reading a book slower to make sure you understand the information. But if you're understanding, the most important thing with anything that you get is to apply it. Nothing means nothing unless it's put into action. So you have to learn concepts and try them and apply them to your life as best you can each and every single day. And the quicker you implement some of these things, the quicker you can align yourself with the frequency of abundance. Now, abundance is just simply a frequency. So the steps I told you before are things that are going to help you shift into that place. What also might help you shift is meditation and scripting. So scripting is written manifestations. This is something I've been doing for several years. And a lot of the things I've written down in these journals came to life. And it's pretty miraculous. But that shows you the power of the tongue and also of the mind. So you have to be able to speak it into existence, but more importantly, see it into existence before it even materializes. And if you can have faith through the process, the faith through the L's and the wins and the self-discovery, you'll start to see that your mind naturally moves toward a place of positive thoughts because you believe in yourself more. And if you don't believe in yourself right now, I know I have a video somewhere that talks about that. But you can simply believe in yourself by just taking consistent actions and getting small wins. You just have to trick your mind into winning. And I think that's a lot what people don't realize. They overcomplicate that process. If you see yourself winning and you take small actions every day toward a win, like a basketball championship, what do? They start by practicing each day for a set amount of time. And then even within that, they work on certain fundamentals for a certain period of time, maybe a few weeks, and then progress to the next level of skill. And they do this in preparation for the first game. And then they get the tester game, see how everything goes, come back, refine, continue. Then they get into the season, and every single game's opportunity to improve. And then you take the information and data you collect from that performance, and then you fine tune it and refine it. You keep doing that, and then eventually you get enough of these wins to where now you start to beat your competition, and that could be your old self or that can be other competitors. And then you end up in the championship of life. And all it took was you deciding to buy the shoes, first off, deciding that you're going to do it, deciding to sign up for something, then buying the shoes, buying the shorts, buying the jersey, and committing to showing up each day. And eventually the opportunities came, the games, and you got to test your skills and your knowledge. And eventually you started to see where you had errors and then improve. And then once you're able to improve, you started winning these games. Life is very similar. Life is a game. So you can see things from that perspective, and through that scope, you'll start to see how easy you can manipulate your life to be abundant. Because all it takes is a small step, and another small step compounded. And now you're in the frequency of abundance, now you're in the frequency of winning. Now you're in the frequency of positivity and graciousness and gratitude. And gratitude is the most important thing, because if you can appreciate what you have now, what you appreciate appreciates, right? So to be in a mindset of abundance, you have to be grateful for what you have. And once you're grateful for the things that you have, you get more of those things and better of those things. And don't forget, somebody's always watching. God is always watching. The opportunity is always waiting for you to prove that you're ready for it. So go out there and get to work. Go out there and practice. And ultimately, trust your intuition, and have faith in your process, and be patient with yourself during the process of redefining yourself, reinventing yourself, and tapping into abundance. Now, this is what real abundance looks like. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video at some point that breaks down how to really do it from a deeper spiritual perspective. But the reality is, abundance starts here. And if you need a book to read that can help you get started, I would highly recommend Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's one of the books I reread every year pretty much. And it literally shifts me into that space. It feels like I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm there, right? So if you needed somewhere to start, do that. If you're looking for a community to join, that we talk about things of this nature and can help you get the resources and information that you need to continue to grow, become more abundant in your life, you can go down below in the description or in my bio. Click the link there and you'll be sent over to the community where you can meet like-minded people, get practical steps and guidance, get some calls with me, and we can just understand how to make your life better, plain and simple. But it starts here. You have to make the decision that you're going to change your life. It's not going to happen overnight, but I guarantee you one thing. If you show up consistently every single day and stack those wins, the frequency is going to find you and you're going to be unstoppable. With that, I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Continue to be great. Have faith and trust your intuition.